This is how the MrBeast Burger's lawsuit just got so much worse. Just after we learned that MrBeast, also known as Jimmy Donaldson, was suing the company responsible for producing MrBeast Burger, that same company is now suing MrBeast for an estimated $100 million. In December of 2020, MrBeast partnered with Virtual Dining Concepts, or VDC, to launch a new line of fast food products using MrBeast's widely known brand to drive sales. VDC is known for creating and managing virtual restaurant brands through ghost kitchens, and has worked with other big brands such as rapper Tyga with his Tyga Bites, and even a TikTok branded line of food. With a seemingly experienced team behind it, MrBeast Burger was destined for success. Or so we thought.
Thousands of people crowded the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford for a restaurant opening.
It seemed to be more about the owner, though, than the food. Take a look.
MrBeast is by far the most popular individual creator on YouTube, and that greatly helped with the spread of MrBeast Burger. Launching in only 300 locations, Beast Burger quickly grew to over 1,000 ghost kitchens in the US alone and over 2,000 globally. The brand was becoming so successful that a brick-and-mortar MrBeast restaurant was opened in the American Dream Mall with over 10,000 customers lining up to get a taste. Simple day-in-the-life videos from employees were ranking up tens of millions of views, and the restaurant's app was #1 on the App Store for a time. How did MrBeast Burger go from this booming success to being the subject of multiple lawsuits in less than a year? Well, it didn't happen overnight. Initially, MrBeast Burger was well received, even getting 7 out of 10 rating from the Report of the Week.
So out of 10, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Because it's a pretty good burger for what it is.
Aside from a number of mixed reviews, most customers seemed to be happy with the food they were receiving. However, as time went on, more and more customers reported poor food quality, with some even ending up with raw meat. Users on social media started sharing pictures of their dangerously undercooked food, causing MrBeast Burger to trend online for all the wrong reasons. As negative reviews continued to pile up, in June of this year, MrBeast addressed the quality concerns, calling out the company he partnered with as terrible for his brand, and saying he'd rather focus on his snack brand, Feastables.
What's the biggest thing you've ever made?
The biggest thing I've ever made? Probably these nuts. Go to Feastables.com right now if you want some nuts in your mouth.
This now deleted tweet would mark the beginning of the end, as less than a month later, MrBeast filed a lawsuit against the company behind MrBeast Burger, Virtual Dining Concepts. The lawsuit paints an ugly picture of the MrBeast Burger operations, confirming the worst nightmares of customers and investors. In the court filing, several customers are directly quoted as calling the food disgusting, revolting, and inedible. It continues, saying that customers are disappointed he put his name on it and that they've never had something so nasty. This would seem to align with the MrBeast Burger's overall perception right now, as more than half of the more than 1,000 ghost kitchen restaurants that have less than 2 out of 5 stars, which MrBeast lawyers say is well below average ratings in the industry. His lawyers even went as far to share a story from a father of 2 who shared his troubling experience, saying, "I just don't see how a place like 7-Eleven should be preparing and serving $10 burgers and expensive fries for a figure so well known and loved by so many people. Especially when they arrive in a white plastic bag with white generic styrofoam containers and no pickles or any condiments on the beast fries." MrBeast lawyers argue that Virtual Dining Concepts has caused material, irreparable harm to the MrBeast brand and reputation, not only by failing to address significant quality control problems with the operation, but also by violating the terms of their contract, such as claims that VDC used MrBeast names and brand for marketing purposes without his approval, breaching the terms of the agreement. By far the worst part of this lawsuit is that MrBeast claims he hasn't made a single penny from the MrBeast Burger operations. In January, the company reported cash earnings of $150 million in revenue, but apparently none of that was seen by MrBeast. After paying a 30% fee to the ghost kitchen locations, accounting for expenses like ingredients, packaging, shipping, and storage, the net profit was somewhere around $30 million. An amount that was supposed to be split between MrBeast and Virtual Dining Concepts. While MrBeast hasn't personally commented on the lawsuit, Virtual Dining Concepts initially responded by calling MrBeast a bully and saying he made false statements. That's where the story stood, YouTuber's most popular influencer filing a lawsuit against his own fast food brand. But somehow, it got even worse. After releasing their statement in response, Virtual Dining Concepts has now filed their own lawsuit against MrBeast, claiming damages totaling over $100 million. The food company, founded by businessman Robbie Earl, who also owns the restaurant chain Planet Hollywood, states in their lawsuit, "This case is about a social media celebrity who believes his fame means that his words do not matter, that the facts do not matter, and that he can breach his contractual obligations without consequence. He is mistaken." VDC claims that by going public on social media with his complaints about the company, MrBeast failed to comply with his contractual obligations to the business. As MrBeast Burger is a partnership between the two, MrBeast was expected to publicly support the brand rather than making disparaging comments, as the lawsuit alleges. They even claim that MrBeast denied VDC access to social media accounts that the company was supposed to have access to. The lawsuit goes on to accuse MrBeast and his team of trying to force VDC into giving him their share of the MrBeast Burger business, and threatening to end their agreement if the company didn't agree on his demands. They claim that MrBeast's now deleted tweets venting in frustration were public threats to the company, in which he called his partnership with them a shit deal, and a harsh lesson that was bad for his brand. They also take issue with MrBeast's quality claims, arguing that they suffered enormous financial harm because of these complaints, nothing that of approximately 2 million orders placed on DoorDash and Uber Eats, over 70% of them were awarded 5-star reviews. In just over 2 years, MrBeast Burger went from one of the most popular fast food brands, filling up entire shopping malls with customers, to being known for inedible, undercooked food. MrBeast's legal team presents compelling arguments about the seemingly complete lack of quality control on behalf of VDC, regularly selling health code violating food. However, if correct, VDC raises valid arguments on their lawsuit, such as MrBeast casually disparaging their company on social media. Being the face and part owner of MrBeast Burger, he has a big impact on the fate of the company, especially since the main reason people buy the food is the partnership with MrBeast. The question is now, who will the court side with? Who do you think is in the wrong here? MrBeast or his partner Virtual Dining Concepts? Let us know down in the comments below. The story is far from over.